I'm John Pollock. I'm one of the principals at Trio Electric here in Houston, and we have on occasion used David Gerber to procure our real estate. Most recently the property that we're currently in, David helped us obtain. I've used David on a number of different occasions, and I have to say that if I were going to use another real estate agent in town, it would be David. I say this not as a friend, but as a client who is satisfied not just with what he tried to do, but with what he actually did. David got the job done. David dug in, found what we needed when we needed it, in one case actually sold property for me, and worked hard to get the buyers and close the deal. I don't think I could offer a better recommendation for somebody. So if you're in the need for property, coming or going, David Gerber's your man. This particular building that we're in is a 7,500 square foot printing press plant originally. We completely reconfigured it. The beauty of this deal was that it was exactly what we needed space-wise. It fit our needs to a T, and even had more facility here than we actually needed initially, but we've grown into it, and now we monopolize the entire place and an adjacent piece of property. The owners were desperate to sell it, and David helped us structure a deal that made sense for all parties. So we were able to get it done with a minimum of effort.
And what's the location?
We're currently at 5909 Gardendale on the northwest side of town, but I've dealt with David on properties really around the area. There's really no boundaries when it comes to a good real estate man.
Would you like to give us a little tour of the facility?
Sure. This is our project management and estimating group. Mostly the quiet people are up here. We put the noisy people in the back to keep them away from the public entry. But this is part of the area that we reconfigured when we moved in here. And as you can see, it's totally configured. When we bought the building, the wall actually stopped right about there.
Mm-hmm.
We added on, and we needed more office space at the time, and since we've pushed out into the adjoining property as well. Got a small office in this area. This is essentially the same kind of a usage as was here before. We've replaced what was the printing presses with what we call a prefabrication shop. So we assemble things here to go to our job sites. And the entire area was air conditioned, which we've retained.
Tell us about your business as far as what type of service
We're an
you
electrical
offer.
contracting business. We do work for commercial and industrial clients. We do some residential, but mostly it's high-rise in nature, condominium style or large apartment buildings. We do work basically throughout Texas and eventually, if I listen to my son, the world. In this back area, we store, we manufacture, we do welding, we keep our tools, and we also test our applicants to make sure that they know what they're doing before we decide how much they're worth an hour. It is same type of industrial usage as was here when we bought the building. We've just modified it slightly for our purposes. Here you can see some of our outdoor storage, things that we don't worry about getting weatherized or even developing wheels or legs. In spite of the neighborhood, we've been fairly safe with a series of lights around the property and cameras. And we've created a wonderful environment here where we're now becoming one of the larger contractors in Houston, Texas. So it's served us well. Rapid growth calls for quick action. In lieu of building another building or trying to find something too far, we used our adjacent property to put up a couple of trailer offices in conjunction with one another.
Use your own trucks?
This is our standard service truck we have invested in because it allowed us to keep everything inside the truck where a man can stand up inside and find what he needs.
Yeah.
We've also got an energy division that will help people save money, reduce their operating costs. That's the green triangle.
Nice little...
It's contractor stuff.
Yeah, they like that.
No big deal. It's a display mostly of electrical type items or engineering type devices, including the drafting equipment. Obviously, we were a lettering set. Now everything's on computers, so nobody uses those anymore. Very old meter, typical insulator, original solar cells, significant piece of wire with a lead jacket, high voltage cable.
That's neat.